Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go up to our friends in Sydney. And of course, well, it seemed like a long time ago, but it was only about a month ago now since the grand final in the AFL Sydney Division 3 competition. And of course, Campbelltown in particular got the chocolates on that day. And of course, we've got two very special guest joins right now from the Mighty Blues to tell us all about the win on about a month ago now. Thanks, Spokey, for joining us.
Thanks, Will. Thanks for having us. Yes. Thank you.
I'll get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us what position both of you played on grand final day.
I'm Melinda Bell and I played fullback.
Aisha Wright and I play rock rover.
Tell us a bit about the grand final itself.
I was pretty confident going in. I think given that we hadn't played Wallandilly before and a lot of our new recruits were getting into the game, that they didn't know. We peaked at the right time. Yeah, I think so. It was some nervous moments, especially like being fullback, and I think the only goals they actually did score from memory were from 50s and free kicks, which was good. There were no general in-play goals, if that's what you call it. What about you?
I think I was actually a bit nervous. I'd played in the grand finals and never won any until this year, so that was exciting. But yeah, I guess I was one of the newcomers. So yeah, it was good to get in and win it with a good bunch of girls.
Yeah, it was her first grand final win ever. So she stayed at my house the night before. So we had a big discussion. A big blue started at my place over who'd won the most grand finals, and unfortunately, she had none. Yeah, my family's we're a league background. So I said to him, I bet you none of you have ever won a squash trophy, you know, or a bowling trophy. So all the trophies were getting pulled out. And
then there was the issue of what's actually a sport and what's not.
Oh, what's actually a sport and what's not a sport. And my kids are saying, what's squash, you know? So, yeah, it was a nice debate the night before. And, yeah, it was a bit of a family rivalry, yeah. So yeah, I was nervous but confident. Yeah, I didn't see much ball all season. That's how good the girls played. Yeah, and I was hoping that'd be the way for the grand final. Yeah.
Now, Melinda, you mentioned before that prior to the grand final, you've never played against them this year. I think if my memory serves me correct, wasn't that the game that got washed out?
It was a washout. Yeah.
Is in regards to you didn't verse them at all this year. How did you try and figure out how to play against them on grand final day, knowing that you didn't play them at all this year?
We played them previous seasons, so we know that they had some experienced players, and they'd sort of given us a bit, towed us up a bit last year in the last game. But I think that the girls that have joined us this year and the girls that had sort of started playing were getting the hang of the game, and a lot of the girls that joined us this year were just natural sports people and fit as all hell. And so like they had some massive wins, and we were just going to play our own game, I guess. Yeah. I think there was one particular girl that we knew we had to shut down, and the girls did a great job of that. And so, yeah, I felt we sort of, even though they did get the early start on us, I was sort of thinking once our girls kick into gear, we'll be right. Yeah.
I think that was definitely the thing leading up during the week, was just going out and playing our game.
Yeah.
And giving it our all.
Yeah.
Now, if my memory serves me correct, didn't Wallandilly went for the whole year undefeated prior to that game?
Yep.
Now, obviously, the question I want to ask both of you is, how good is it to destroy that undefeated streak of theirs on the very critical game of the year? And how good and how satisfying was that to win the premiership at their expense.
Absolutely. Mwah.
That just made it even better.
Well, my daughter, she's only 12, and she said, "Oh, Mum, you should have heard the other coach. He was going off his head." The crowd, I think they expected to come out and really dominate us, and I think they got a bit of a shock that, yeah, we played so well, because I think I watched Laura and Sharon's interview, and they did mention that we did lose a few games during the season, which I guess, you know, like, being underdogs coming in, it's sort of, we've got nothing to lose. So we just wanted to put up a tough fight. Unfortunately, we lost a few players through injuries leading up to it. So, you know, you want to put in a bit of an extra go for them as well, you know, because they couldn't join us on the day, but even the ones that got injured first game were always there to support us. So yeah, it was a sweet feeling, seeing the looks on their faces as they realise, oops, we're going to lose. So, yeah, it was a good feeling. Yeah.
I know this is going to sound a very silly question to ask, but obviously I've asked the same question to the your other two players I've had on the show already. When did you feel that the game was won? Like now looking back.
Got a bit nervous in the last quarter because I think that they got an early goal. I think I gave away a penalty, which was on replay. I've watched 50 times. Should not have been a penalty.
Okay.
And they scored from that, and I got a bit nervous that maybe that would have lifted them a bit. But that was it. No, and I just, you look at the scoreboard, you sort of do the sums. So we were sort of preparing for a comeback, but the girls shut them down. These girls here in the middle, like, did a fantastic job. Yeah. And the girls in front of me just caught everything coming their way. And yeah, so I had a pretty relaxed grand final, to be honest. Yeah.
Not much running.
Not much running at all. Just, it's hard, you know, running into position after each quarter. When did you think we were safe?
I think I was like you. I got a little bit nervous. I thought maybe they were starting to come back. And then I think maybe our runners had run out and they said how long to go. And I started to feel a little better. And yeah.
No, actually, I do agree. I do agree. I actually did watch the game. I do agree that wasn't a free kick or a 50-minute penalty. So
thank you, Will.
I do agree. I did watch the game, and now you mentioned it, I now remembered it. So yes, I do agree.
Yeah,
I do agree with that one.
Watched it and I thought, there's no way I can't help it if she fell over. You know, but it was all ball, wasn't it, Will?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Absolutely agree with that one. Now, I guess one point I want to have a chat to both of you about is obviously from your team that came so close to winning the best and fairest. I think she fell short by about a vote.
Laura?
Laura in the league best and fairest. Tell us a bit about Laura, who we had already on the show, and how important was she in the context of the whole year? And I know obviously she played if you played another 2 more games that obviously got washed out, I guess she would have won it. So I guess how important was Laura?
I've actually said to Laura personally that we would not have a team if it wasn't for her. She's a determined little thing, and she plays her heart out every game, but she nags people to come and join us. So like, I think I joined 4 years ago, and she's constantly bringing friends to fill in, looking for players to just keep the team together. So in terms of like even having a team, she was like crucial to even just having a team. But she plays her heart out every game. She hasn't got, her face gives away her emotions.
Yeah.
And she's a little fighter, and she's fit as anything. And so she'll go and go and go. Like even in previous years when we'd be getting flogged, like she'd be down helping me, then she'd be up the other end. And, you know, I think she doesn't have a great deal to say. She just leads by example. Yeah. she's just got that winning attitude. Yeah, she's a real competitor.
Oh yeah, I agree 100% with Min. I played soccer against her a few times years ago, and I told her when I'd come back, I hated to play against her, but it's definitely better to play on a team alongside her because she's just a great player.
Yeah.
Well, good sports person all around because she can play anything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and she's always at every training session. Yeah, just getting players there and just thinking about how much better we can play. Yeah, she's a real club person, and I think she deserved to get that best and fairest.
I can see both you wearing your medals around your necks, which I'll get both you to show to our listeners, or viewers, I should say. There they are. Now, the question I want to ask both of you is, how long did you wear your medals around your necks for? And did either of you sleep with it?
I think I did the night after the grand final. Yeah, definitely. I went to bed with it. I guess because it's my first grand final win, so I definitely went to bed with it. Yeah, and then it kind of hangs up in my room right next to a couple of other significant medals. But yeah, that's definitely the big one that I look at.
I only take mine off to shower. Now, even now, I wore it to work a few times.
Ah.
Yeah, I brought it to work. I showed it off, you know, and yeah, I don't know. I can't remember the night of the grand final, to be honest. I couldn't even tell you what I wore to bed that night. My husband picked me up and I wasn't in a good state. I think he just told me, go to bed, go to sleep, you're a mess. and I think I even reached to 10:30, so it was a big night for me. Well, given that we played 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, we're in the Premiership, you know, you can be forgiven for that. So,
I wish we'll like cheese and keep going for like a week or something.
Well, I actually, you know what, going back to your other question, I actually had already put a leave form in for Monday for work because I knew that we'd be celebrating. That's how confident I was. Yeah, I already had a leave form in. Yeah. As soon as we won that semi-final,
yeah.
I put my leave form in on the Monday. That's how confident I was. Yeah.
Now, tell us a bit about your Premiership coach and how important was your coach this year. Now, I believe there was actually an embarrassing moment involving your coach at the team photo.
Oh, when he went to join us and he fell over?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, Slip's good. He's, again, he's a real clubman, very passionate about AFL. But I think he talks, he doesn't realise he's talking to people that have never watched AFL before, some of the girls. So he could be talking in a different language. I'm not saying that he should dumb it down, but like he's not one of those ones who, you know, done a train the trainer course where you show, do, and then, you know, one of those ones. So he'd say, do this drill, and we'd all stand there like, what are we doing? You know, like, but, you know, one thing we can't take away from him is his passion for the game. I think in the last 4 weeks, I did offer him some Valium before each game because it looked like he was going to explode at any minute. And I said, mate, do you need a pill? You know, and, oh, I'm right, you know. So we could always hear his voice from the sideline arguing with the ref. But, yeah, he's a good bloke. He's a top bloke and, yeah, but he needs a course in how to deal with women. And I'll tell him that to his face. How'd you find him, Mish?
No, I definitely agree with the whole passionate about AFL. He's got St Kilda tattooed on his arm, so if that doesn't passion, I don't know what does. No, I agree with the girls in their interview, like Sharon and Laura. He would ask how everyone is, especially before training, and how everyone's going during the week. Yeah, just he's a good bloke.
Well, that's how we recruited this one, because she played with us a few years ago. just to get a bit of a try for it. And then we had a ladies' day fundraiser at the club. Laura's brother played the guitar, and I took Isha along for a day out. And he just walked out. He goes, "See you at training."
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah. Kind of just showed back up to training and
Yeah. And then we did fitness, and she runs for fun. And he goes, "You didn't tell me how fit she was." I said, "Oh yeah, she runs for fun. Like, who does that?" And so yeah, I sit those things out. So she makes up for what I can't do. Yeah, no, he's a good bloke.
Maybe I should get into sport because I run for fun as well. So
yeah, wow.
So trust me, I'm in the same boat as you. It's just so don't worry.
I'm the odd one out. I even come late to warm up because I figure if I only got that much left in me, and I can't be wasted on a warm up like that for training anyway. Yeah,
I think we'll go for our lap, and then we'll be there, kicking the ball around, and then here comes Min. Oh yeah, she didn't get a lap, but kick the ball around, do all the other drills.
Yeah, I just like playing. I don't run for fun. Yeah.
Now, almost a great segue to my next question is, how did both of you get involved in footy?
I've always watched AFL, and I think I went back to netball after 20 years in 2016. I think was the women's AFL came out that year, I think, as well.
The year after.
It was the year after, was it? I think there might have been a bit of talk about it.
Correct.
And I don't know. And I said to my hubby, I said, "Oh, I'm not playing netball next year." He goes, "Because you're playing AFL, aren't you?" I said, "How did you know?" He goes, "Because I know you." And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to give it a go." And he said, "You do realise it's a cardio sport?" He said, "You will die." I said, yeah, I'm just going to give it a go, And I think my very first position, they actually did put me on the wing, and I did nearly die. And then the second game, you joined with me, the first game. Yeah, in our first game. And the second game, I think the coach at the time, Jez, he thought, "I'm going to put the old girl down the back." So I went to full back, and one thing I can do is catch a ball. I think we did lose about 100-1 that day, but it could have been worse. So yeah, I'd always enjoyed watching it. I always go to some live games and everything, and I thought I'll just give it a go and see if I die or not. And I didn't die, yeah. And I sort of dragged her along. She's a natural sports person, and I knew, she'd do it easily. Yeah.
Well, I think before this year, I had a couple of years off of sports, and again, going to the Women's Day, the Ladies' Day, kind of, and talking to a lot of the girls that were playing, they kind of also convinced me to come back as well. And then I just enjoyed the season, so that kept me there.
It helps when you're winning.
Yeah, and a great bunch of teammates and coaching staff. So that helps.
Yeah, it's a good atmosphere at the club, and I think that's what sort of keeps you going. But this year was a lot more enjoyable, like winning for once. Yeah, I think Alicia, who should have been on here tonight, I think she won leading goal kicker at our club last year with 5 goals, maybe 4. So that tells you how good we were going last year. Yeah.
Now, of course, both you mentioned right at the start what position both you play on the field on grand final day. If you had a preferred position, we'd love to convince your coaches to put you next year, where will that be?
I think I prefer my position. He did have me in ruck until Chantel come along. But no, I definitely prefer ruck rover. I like the moving around.
Yeah. I've only ever played the 2 positions, but I do visualize myself, doing the big ruck thing at the touch-off.
Well, you did for your 50th.
I did for my 50th. I did say to the coaches, I said, "Listen, if we're in front, can I have a go at doing the jump?" And they said, "Oh, you don't even leave the ground." I said, "No, just let me do it, And you wouldn't believe it. I won it. I think from 2 kicks we scored a goal. So I got 2 goals. And I asked the opposition girl, I said, "Do you want to dance?" And she said, I want to dance. So we did the whole Nick Natanui thing around the circle. And so she was a really good sport about it. And because I looked at her, I said, come on, let's dance. And she said, let's do it, you know. So I actually got 2 goes of it. So that was probably one of the highlights of my season, besides winning the grand final. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, you weren't convincing your opponents. I've never seen that before or heard that before.
What, do you want to dance?
No, well, no, especially to your opposition.
Oh, she was a good sport. Yeah, she was. I give her a hug after the game. I said, "Thank you. I appreciate that." So she was a good sport about it. Yeah, as a lot of actually in my position, I get a lot of good people that, you know, we can stand back and have a yarn, and you know, and a lot of us are sort of like, yeah, we just come out for a run on a Saturday, try not to get hurt, and you know, and stuff like that. I've met some good people even in the opposition teams. Yeah, because we're not into it like the middles are. Yeah.
Now, what does the sport of football mean to both of you, and especially being there at Campbelltown?
I don't know. I guess being growing up here in Campbelltown, it gives a bit more passion to the jersey, being it's from Campbelltown. So, although I'm primarily a League fan, but just putting on a Campbelltown jersey in my town, it's always great to put on that jersey.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't play for any club like Campbelltown. Like, we get a lot of crap put on us from opposition, like your Housos and stuff like that. So, and I don't think they realise that just makes you more determined. I've lived in Campbelltown now for 30 years. But just it meant a lot, like, especially me changing sports at my age. I just enjoyed the different culture of AFL. I'd played a lot of other sports before, but I remember showing up and it was a lot of, hand touching, high-fiving and encouragement with the boys. The whole culture of the club was different. It was sort of like straight away you're welcome into the game. So like, my husband coaches league, and I just sort of said to him, I said, you know, instead of eyeing someone off thinking, oh, they're going to take my position, like, our girls were like, oh, here's another able body, hurrah, you know. But I enjoyed the culture of it, you know, and the whole, oh, we have to stay back after training for the team announcement. And sometimes we only had 16 players, and it was like, the joke was, oh, have I made the team this week, you know, and stuff like that. But, and I guess the club's in a rebuilding phase. And I like to be part of that. Yeah. And I've just made so many friends, like, through the club and like through sports in general. And, you know, and some people that I knew actually came along after me and said, oh, you're playing, you know, we'd met through other sports and stuff like that. But yeah, it's, it really sort of, another friend that I bought, she said it actually put life back into her, you know, after having babies and coming back, she just enjoyed, you know, I just love playing sports as a woman with other women that love playing sports, but I just don't like running. Yeah.
Well, I think in being the first women's team at the club to win a grand final was also very special.
Yeah. Oh, no, even to get to the semi-final. Yeah, it was the first time for the women's team. Yeah.
Now, for anyone that should get down to Campbelltown for next season, what would be your advice to get down there, and whereabouts is the home ground down there at Campbelltown?
Macquarie Fields. What's the name of our oval? Monarch Oval at Macquarie Fields, just across the road from the pools. Apparently we've got the biggest ground in Sydney. They compare it to the MCG. So it is a big ground, but it's good fun. It's good fun, yeah. My rule is I don't leave the 50. Yeah, the oxygen's a bit lighter out there and outside the 50. That's what I've said for years. But no, it is, and they're very welcoming down there. Yeah.
Now let's finish off with a couple of light-hearted questions about your teammates. Now, but before I do that, now who got to hold the Premiership Cup first? And I guess, did either of you have a chance to have a photo with the cup?
Yeah, Laura did, because her and Slip were given it at the presentation. So obviously they got to hold it first, but we all mauled the cup later. Can you see that? I heard you ask Laura that question, so I printed it. I was ready. You drank out of it?
Oh yeah, but our assistant coach, he had to drink a bit of beer out of it, and I'm not a beer drinker.
Yeah, but we all got to chance to have photos with it. Yeah, but I think coach's grandson Isaac, he strapped it into his car seat, so he had it pretty secure. Yeah, he was like our little guy for the year, and he would send us messages into our private group mail, messenger. Videos, videos wishing us luck and congratulating us. But I think I seen a photo of him. He had the trophy strapped in his booster seat. Yeah. So yeah, we all had a maul of it. Yeah, there was no COVID restrictions on the cup. No.
Well, that was literally my next question. So, obviously, my next question was, did you kiss the cup? Even though it's COVID, but you've answered that question for me. So,
we picked the cup. Oh yes, it would have been nice to sleep with the cup. Yeah, but no, I don't know who it. Oh, actually, it was really sad. I think Laura ended up having it at her house, but I don't know if they mentioned that our club founder had passed away after our semi-final.
That's right.
Yeah, so I picked it up from Laura's house to drop it off to coach so he could put it on him. He's unfortunately his coffin. Yeah. So, but apparently he was pretty rapt about us winning the semi-final, but it's a shame he didn't get to last to the grand final. Yeah. So bit emotional there.
Yeah. I'm assuming the cup's now back at the club now, not at the coffin.
Hope not. No, I think Slip would have he would have looked after it. Yeah.
All right, that's right. Yeah. Who's the comedian in the team?
No. No, Tiff. A lot of girls bring some good vibes to the team.
We do have quite a few characters at the team. We'll have a girl who kind of, if she likes you. I think on my second training, she went up and farted on me.
Yeah, Emmy. She farted on me the first time she met me.
Yeah.
And I said, that's my job. Like, she just comes and she just farts on you. And I thought, who are you?
Yeah,
we have some girls, some characters that bring just some good vibes to the team. Yeah. Some of my jokes are a bit old for the younger ones.
They kind of go over their head.
Yeah, my jokes go over their head, so it's just me sitting there giggling to myself.
And then she tries to explain them to me later. And
I try and explain them to her later and show her, where I'm coming from, but it's at the moment's past. But we had some, there's a few funny in their own little way, yeah. But I've got the best jokes, yeah. Just no one understands me.
Any good singers and dancers in the team we should know about?
Me, I'm the best singer.
No, I'm going to do it because I'm a power man.
According to your teammate, you're not.
I'm just good at the thrust crutch.
Yeah.
So
she tries to twerk.
I try to twerk. And when coach is not looking, I'll be thrusting at the girls and they'll be just cracking up. And so, and like, what are you laughing at? And I'm just, thrusting away. So, yeah. Well, we didn't get to dance much this year. Like, we couldn't sort of go out, but I did get up and help Laura's brother out on our Ladies' Day for singing. I just needed to fix his, just go back up and pretty much take over. So there's a bit of a video of that. And that was after one wine, but yeah.
I shouldn't tell because she dressed up as Sandy from Greece.
She looked
awesome.
awesome.
There's a video of her at our Silly Sunday after the grand final doing a bit of the Greece thing.
She looked awesome. Yeah, she even threw the cigarette down and yeah.
She's got some moves.
Yeah. We've all got the moves. It just depends on the moment.
I think, after the grand final, everybody had the moves.
Yeah, we all had the moves. No one was sore. I actually got more bruises from the celebration than the actual game. Yeah. So I didn't try to do the worm though. I was tempted. I was very tempted, but I thought, no, I got a few teeth left. I don't want to lose them all. Yeah.
Now we'll finish up with this one last one, which is: do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
I definitely think you were. We had to, I had to go to Min's house the night before.
If it was an away game,
the same breakfast.
Yeah.
That's what we did. Shafe, who's our assistant coach, we had to go and pick him up before the games, and I think he almost stuffed it up.
I nearly lost the grand final because I put the jerseys on the wrong side of the car. In the boot. So I got a stern talking to after the game. He goes, "You nearly lost us the game." And I said, "How?" He goes, "You had the jerseys on the wrong side of the car." I said, "Yes, but I quickly realised that and adjusted it." But my superstition is when we're winning, I don't shave my legs. And so you can imagine after... No, we lost to North Sydney, but I still didn't shave my legs. I didn't shave my legs all season. And so they were pretty ridiculous by Sunday, grand final. Yeah. It was, I actually woke up 6 o'clock Monday morning and shaved my legs because they were itching, they were getting tangled up. But that's always been my superstition. While we're winning, I don't shave my legs. Yeah. And just trying to get there early, wear the same stuff, 2 smokes before the game, and but yeah, just that. Yeah.
I don't think I'm too superstitious. I just like to be in the right headspace and ready to go. Yeah, I'm not too superstitious.
Well, both of you, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. It's awesome having both of you on the show. Obviously, from all of us here at Smash FM, congratulations on winning the Premiership in 2020, and of course, bringing home the Mighty Blues. Of course, home the cup, and especially, of course, for the first time. And hopefully next year you can defend that Premiership in 2021. Yeah,
it was good to actually learn the words of our team song. We got to sing it a few times, and you know what? They don't realise this was another thing that was lost on them. It's to the tune of "On the Road to Gundagai." So when we first sung it, I thought, I know this song. It's "On the Road to Gundagai" because that's I don't know. Do you know that song, Will?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
Thank you. Because a lot of the other girls don't know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But it was good to actually, sing the song as much as we did. We've probably sang the song more times this year than the whole 4 seasons that I've played. So it was good. Thanks, Will.
Thank you.
See you later. Have a good night.
No worries. And of course, if you want to get down to Campbelltown for the 2021 season, of course, we'll put all the details up on how you can go about get involved down there at Campbelltown. For the 2021 seasons, the women's team be hoping to defend that premiership in 2021. There's more on the Smash Sports Show after this. Don't go away here on the Thursday edition.